All right, we ready? We ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Magic Mile. We are set for what will be the final race before the Christmas break. The Magic Mile, in reality, has over 40 inches of snow. They have literally virtually brought out the jet dryers, the air titans, Greg Rentz, and we are racing for iRacing tonight. The West Bay Napa Auto Parts Playoffs for Season 7 of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. It is round number 32 tonight. 175 laps here on LSR TV and CRN Sports. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Greg Rentz again from Spokane, Washington. I wonder how much snow Greg has where he lives. And in addition to that, my buddy up in Texas, or down in Texas, is Charles Wooten. Greg, we're going to have a fun time here tonight. It should be a good race for the drivers of the Northwest Truck Series. And by the way, if you win, you're one of the drivers that are in the round of 8. You advance to the Championship 4 at Phoenix.
Well, would you believe, Wesley, to answer your first question, we almost are out of snow. It is mostly gone now here in the Northwest.
Yeah, it's all down this way.
Yeah, it's not the case, though, at the real-life New Hampshire. I don't know if you saw the pictures of New Hampshire Motor Speedway earlier today, but it was a little snowy up there, but it's nice and sunny here on the iRacing servers. We get set for 175 laps here.
Yes.
At the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, a 1.06 mile oval, very, very flat racetrack. One of our drivers compared it to a Walmart parking lot with how flat this racetrack is. You can expect a lot of great racing action here tonight. And like you mentioned, if you're one of those 7 drivers still trying to lock themselves into the championship and join Dan West Jr., a win tonight can do just that. Those drivers who are not yet locked into the championships include Devin West, Stephen Paulison, and Dan Lowther are your current drivers above the playoff cut line. They are 8 points to the good over Tyler King, Corey Walters, Sean Brightsman, and Ryan Maines. But Wesley, if tonight's going to be the night for Sean Brightsman, he's got a very good shot here at this racetrack. 4 times previously, the Northwest Truck Series has visited New Hampshire. Sean Brightsman's career finishes in those races 1, 2 with the most laps led. Sean Brightsman knows his way around the racetrack.
Yeah, he's got to do any and everything he can to accumulate as many spots and points to get it done. And we mentioned Dan West Jr., and he's done right now. What a dominated season for him in the 55. Devin West, his son, right there with a cat's whisker. And we mentioned 8 drivers that are still in a shot. But at the end of this battle, next week, we're off for 3 weeks. Then we come back, and Texas is the penultimate race, but it is the cutoff to the Championship 4. 8 will be subtracted to 4. If you win a race, Greg, it solidifies you knowing that you're going to battle for a championship.
Only one driver has done that so far, that being Dan West Jr. in the 55, because last week at Michigan, it was a non-playoff driver getting the win. A little razzle-dazzle from our driver from Lake Oswego, Oregon, the Arizona State champion of NASCAR, Cole Raz, picking it up at Michigan last week. Wound up sweeping the weekend at Michigan as he won on Monday in the Cup Series as well. Looking to go 3 in a row in Northwest Racing Series competition. Cole Raz did not get any practice in, though, into number 10, but watch for him to make a big run here tonight in New Hampshire, because he has proven that he has a lot of speed in his number 10 every time he hits the racetrack.
That he does. Let's talk about the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Magic Mile in Loudon, New Hampshire, the home of New England. It is the race for the lobster. 175 miles, 175 laps coming up after qualifying, and they will battle here. And while we're doing that, let's take a look at the sawblade.com weather conditions as we are preparing for the drivers' meeting to conclude qualifying. And as you see, the ambient virtual temperature, 86 degrees. Track temp, 117. Got a wind blowing. Yeah, you see the trees swaying? That's going to be fun here to watch that.
Looking forward to seeing what we get here tonight at New Hampshire. Going to be a wild one for sure. Playoffs always bring some drama here in the Northwest Racing Series. It's been no different so far here in the playoffs, as one of the top drivers in the series all year, Jeff Stabnow, 7 wins on the season, did not make it through to the round of 8. He has been charging to try to pick up as many points as he could. This has been a wild one for Stabnow, looking for some redemption here tonight at New Hampshire, a track that he won at last time they were here. He was the one to beat Sean Brightsman, the only driver to ever finish ahead of Sean Brightsman on the scoring pylon at this racetrack.
Yeah, 175 laps, and again, this is going to be a fun, interesting race. You can watch these battles. You can see continue to contest, and again, when you win a race, if you win, it punches your ticket to the championship 4 at Phoenix, like Dan West Jr. has already done. But the bottom line is this: if you do not get that done, okay, you literally have got, you're running out of time, mind you, Greg. You're running out of time to go by points. Points is only going to get you so far, and then it's going to get you eliminated unless you're in the top 4.
Going to be crazy. And with Cole Raz getting that win, his cars are on track, on track. Cole Raz getting that win in Michigan guarantees that at least one driver will make their way in on points. We'll have to see how the rest of the playoffs go for these drivers as we watch Josh Childress, the Wenatchee driver in the number 97, go out and roll on New Hampshire. And that right there, the bobble off of turn number 2, you can expect to see a lot of that tonight, Wesley. That has been the trouble spot for our drivers so far in practice.
Yeah, you just can't make those mistakes. And if you do, they are costly. See how he negotiates way around the speedway.
Top of the board, 30.595 for Josh Childress. 2 drivers went out and qualified before the conclusion of the drivers' meeting, Olmick and Cheney, so they will both be taking EOL penalties in this one. There you see Devin West, second in points heading into tonight's race. There's Caden Anderson still searching for that first truck win, but back-to-back seconds here to Cole Raz in Northwest Racing Series competition at Michigan, second both nights. Caden Anderson always a threat to win every time he steps foot in one of these Northwest Racing Series cars or trucks. And Anderson looking for another one here tonight as he's going to go out and lay down his first lap. Good enough, I believe, for quick time. 30.4.
Caden Anderson, yes, sir.
Over Casey Garber in the number 94, who's second now.
The Harvest Chevrolet engine, Caden Anderson, will now move his way.
Anderson comes down. Second lap is a little bit slower, 30.583. It's Anderson, Garber, Childress, King, Cole, Raz, your top 5 right now. Raz going to be looking for a run. Raz has never finished outside of the top 10 in Northwest Racing Series competition. An incredible stat if you think about it, considering he's getting quite a few starts under his belt now. This is going to be his 3rd truck start to go along with, I believe, now 3 cup starts. Start number 6 for Cole Raz. He's 5 for 5 in the top 10. Having a very, very impressive start to his career. No doubt will be a threat to make a run at a championship in 2021. 10 trucks have taken time thus far. It's Anderson still at the top with a lot of trucks still to hit the track.
Yeah, there's still a lot of qualifying here left to go. There is a lot of entries here that are ready to go here this evening. And again, about 20 plus, close to 25. Caden Anderson at the top of the board. 30.4. 936, 30.582 for Garber, and you got Childress in 3rd, and now Dan West Jr. will go to the top of the board in the 55.
Watch out for him. Playoff driver locked in. Hits the wall on lap number 2, so that's going to be the lap that counts, is that 30.425. Great job for Dan West Jr. in the 55. And he's just going to go ahead and keep on practicing here for this main event. He's already locked into Phoenix, so he can take some chances try some different stuff out, and it looks like he's going to do exactly that, and it looks like it's paying off with the pole right now for West Family Racing. His son Devin still yet to hit the track in truck number 5. He's looking to lock himself into the final 4 as well. He sits second in points, sitting very pretty right now, but it's going to be a wild one here at New Hampshire as West Family Racing looking for yet another victory between Dan and Devin. 15 wins on the season here in the Truck Series alone.
Yeah, what a great job for the driver of the number 55 as Dan West Jr. is right now at the top of the board. There is Chris White in truck number 83, the SimStar entry, Amsoil colors. We'll see what he can do now as he right now sits up in the top 10. He'll be 8th right now. And we'll see if he can improve on his second lap. 30.779. We talk about that wind. There's a tailwind down the back straightaway. It's going to hit the front end of those trucks. And, Greg, it's going to cause these trucks to possibly have some handling virtual problems in this race tonight.
That's going to really play a role in this long race. Remember, 175 laps, only one fast repair available to these drivers here tonight. So if they get some damage early, they have to use that fast repair early. It could be a long night for them. On track right now is BJ Tidrick in the number 72, coming around to complete his first lap. He was very, very quick in practice and backs it up. He goes to the top. 30.351. BJ Tidrick in the number 72 to the top as you watch Jeff Stabnow. He's going to fall in line in 3rd. So Stabnow looking for some as well as he picked up the big victory here last year.
How about BJ Tidrick making a statement here? And now we're going to see if Jeff Stabnow can put truck number 24 to the spot. He's right now 3rd best. Here comes Devin West, son of Dan West Jr.
Stabnow's not going to do it. He pulls in. Jeff Stabnow pulls down pit road, 1 and done.
Oh, wow.
Devin West off of turn number 4. He goes 4th. Just 1/1000th of a second off of Jeff Stabnow. Devin West up in the top 5.
So Tidrick right now, the fast qualifier. Dan West Jr. is 2nd. Jeff Stabnow 3rd.
Devin's going to be 1 and done as well.
Now 1 and done, but he's got 3rd spot though, Greg. That's pretty good for the 24.
Brightsman trying to wind it up, does come to a stop before he crosses the stripe. That was big for Sean Brightsman to be able to stop it before he got to the line. He did not take the green flag, so he's going to get himself an entire second shot here at this track. That winding it up and getting it slowed down, great move by Brightsman to slow it up. Meanwhile, Dan Lowther on track in the number 63, teammates with BJ Tidrick, who set the pole. Lowther on the same setup as Tidrick, perhaps with a couple small tweaks. See what Lowther can do. He comes off turn number 4. He's in the playoffs. He's above the playoff cut line. He looking pretty, but he needs some speed in the 63 as he goes 13th out of 31. 1-2-8. Almost a full second off of BJ Tidrick, his teammate. I think Lowther may have been taking it easy on that first lap to get himself built up for the second lap. Down into turn number 3 goes Lowther, carrying a little bit more speed through this time. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag, second lap, quicker, jumps into the top 10 at a 30.744 as we look for Sean Brightsman, who just took the white flag. He sits 7th at a 30.541. Brightsman, a 3-time winner here at this racetrack in the Truck Series. Been very, very strong every time the series comes here to the Magic Mile. 175 laps the distance tonight. Brightsman looking to jump into the top 5 in qualifying as he comes around off of turn number 4. Checkered flag. He is going to go a tick slower, so the 541 will be the lap that counts here tonight for Sean Brightsman. Tidrick still on top of the board. 19 drivers have qualified thus far. Understand some technical issues on Wesley Outland's side, so hopefully we get him back as soon as we can. The technical issues for Wesley Outland. Hopefully we get him back as soon as possible. Tidrick, West Jr., Stabnow, Devin West, Aiden Anderson, your top 5. And kind of a surprise to see Cole Raz back there in the 12th position right now. A driver who has had a lot of speed. Winner last week at Michigan. Have work to do in this one to make his way back up through the field. Trying to make a run at qualifying. Just about a minute left here in the qualifying session. We will see BJ Tidrick does indeed grab the pole. To be his first pole of the truck season. To go along with, as we double check the reference here, leave 3 career poles, if I'm seeing this right, in the Northwest Cup Series this season. Winner at Darlington. Pole sitter at Michigan just this past week, so trying to get poles in both races. Here tonight, no, 2 career poles for BJ Tidrick in the Cup side. His first career truck pole. Hold on. Does not look like anyone else is going to take a shot. So, barring a last-minute attempt by one of our drivers, which I believe we have reached the point of no return, and BJ Tidrick, I believe, will have locked up his first career Northwest Truck Series pole to go along with 2 and a win earlier this season in the Cup Series. So Tidrick, self a pole here tonight at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Getting set to grid in this one as the qualifying clock does expire. And actually, no. They've extended out qualifying for just another couple of seconds. Now they throw the checkered flag. He will be set. 28 trucks set to grid for 175 laps the distance here tonight's New Hampshire. You see the trucks roaring to life here on the front stretch behind the Ford Mustang pace car, which means it's time for the ComServe Wireless starting lineup. Here in this one, it's BJ Tidrick on the pole. His first career truck pole, has a lot of speed, and you know he's looking to build some momentum towards the playoff race for the Cup Series on Monday. Dan West Jr. already locked in the Phoenix, starts to his outside. Jeff Stabnow, defending winner of this race, rolls off in 3rd with Devin West in the number 5, rolling off in the 4th spot directly behind his father. Caden Anderson, 2nd place, more than any other driver in the series this season. Still looking for that first truck win, rolls off 5th. Casey Garber, his Snowball Derby buddy, that they all went and hung out at the Derby. They roll off in the 3rd row together. Sean Breitzman, more wins at this racetrack than any other driver in the truck series. 3 out of 4 for Breitzman in the number 46, with Josh Childress to his outside, a top 10 qualifying effort for him. Stephen Paulison and Tyler King will round out the top 10 here tonight. Another playoff driver, Dan Lowther, in the number 63, above the playoff cutoff line. In the 4th spot, though, needs to build up a cushion. Rolls off 11th with last week's winner, Cole Raz, in the Spears Chevy Silverado on the inside, or outside of him in 12th. Chris White, 2-time winner on the Cup side, with Corey Walters, the Daytona winner on the Cup side, still in the playoffs, trying to fight for his life in the number 9 in 14th. Atari truck Ryan Maines will roll off in 15th, with Martin Tomic will be going to the back of the field after qualifying before the conclusion of the drivers' meeting. Daytona winner in the truck series, John Ottenbacher in the number 89, rolls off 17th. Eric Cheney, the other driver to qualify before the conclusion of the drivers' meeting. Evan Smith in the 00, final driver to qualify is in 19. Rolling off in the 20th position will be Corey Armstrong in the 159. Though he missed the grid, he will have to start at the tail end of the field. Rest of the field, as you see it right there: Carl Burke and Ray Fournier, Frank Harris, Scott Hutchinson, Tom Green, Robert Gambill, Toby Ritters, Dana Rogers, Kelly Pointer, and Roy Grande rounding out the field, though no sign of Pointer. Field getting set to come to a green. here in this one. So we get set to go green. It's set to roll. Lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car, which will put the field in the hands of B.J. Tidrick in the number 72, his first career Truck Series pole. As they come off of turn number 4, we're going green this time by as they roll around. Race fans, it is showtime at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire National Speedway. B.J. Tidrick leads them off into turn number 1, and he's going to make a run down into turn number 1. Dan West Jr. in the 55. The run on the outside clears Tidrick off of turn number 2. West Jr. down the backstretch into turn number 3 will carry the momentum through. His son Devin on the outside of Stab now, trying to make a run. Here comes Anderson looking 3 wide to the bottom. Here is Tidrick. It's a big run through turn number 3 and 4. Drag race to the line. First lap in. Give it to Dan West Jr. in the number 55. Already locked in to the playoffs here. West Jr. with a big run there. Into turn number 1. His son's in trouble. Devin West, a big slide. He's going to nose it into the wall. And we do not have a caution yet. I thought for sure we were going to see a yellow as a result of that one. But Devin West able to get going again. Kind of surprising that we did not see a yellow there as he spun around and nosed it straight up into the wall. Tidrick down the front stretch will get the lead away from Dan West Jr. Stabnow and Anderson battling it out side by side for second as West Jr. gets another run on the outside. Garber there lurking in 5th. Stabnow with a big slide now in the 24. This is where a lot of the drivers had problems in practice, was on corner exit of turn number 2. Garber now peaking high on Stabnow as the battle continues up for the lead between Tidrick and West. On the back front stretch drag race, this time it's West leading the lap. So West has led 2, Tidrick led 1. Caden Anderson beginning to lurk there as well. Checking in with Cole Raz, he's already up 4 spots from 12th to 8th. Drag race down the back stretch once again. West Jr. with a big slide there off of turn number 2. Tidrick try to get the run here. Gonna clear West off of turn number 4. He's gonna lead the lap and Anderson's gonna come with him. So BJ Tidrick, 4 lead changes in the first 4 laps. And now BJ Tidrick with the lead, trying to hold off Anderson though. And Stabnow comes fighting back here, working a lap number 5. Stabnow to the inside of West Jr. Lowther with a big slide off of turn number 2 this time. As Stabnow to the inside of West Jr. clears him for 3rd. West Jr. all of a sudden the early leader shuffled back to 4th as Tidrick is going to become the first driver to lead 2 laps in a row. Caden Anderson lurking right there as well. Tidrick with a lot of speed, and as things begin to settle down while we wait for Wesley Allen to return, I want to bring in our producer Charles Wooten, who's going to help call the race with me until we get Wesley back here in this one. So Charles, an interesting start to this race with West Jr. and Tidrick shuffling the lead back and forth like that. What have you been seeing so far?
Yeah, it's been very interesting to say the least. Like you said, Devin getting into the wall there, maybe a little help. We didn't get a chance to go look because there was no caution, but he obviously got into the outside wall with or without help, and his dad falling back a little bit. And you're seeing these guys work their way up, and these in the West family racing working their way back. I expect that to rotate around. I expect to see them come back once we get a first caution out. Why that didn't bring one out, we'll never know. But someone else that I know you keep an eye on, I'm keeping an eye on him as well. That is Dan Lowther. He is back here currently in 9th position, and he's trying to get by Cole Raz. You know, if I'm them two from the the Northwest Tour, I'd just work together and see if I can't get through this field together.
And you might see that with the Northwest Tour drivers, as Lowther's in the wall.
Yeah,
off of turn number 2. Big damage on the 63 now.
And you're definitely going to have a lot of damaged cars here. It's short track racing. at its finest here. Only 1 mile for this track, so damage will be done. The good news, I don't think aerodynamics going to play too big of a factor, but they will be somewhat of a factor. You just don't want to beat the walls down and tear the car up. So we'll see how long they can go out there. But Jeff Stabnow, you see him right there, not an aggressive move, but he is definitely looking for every chance he can get to try to get by Anderson. And those two, I would say they're friends, but they've had quite a few tangos on the track, Greg. And here they are once again, two fast drivers around each other on the track as Jeff Stabnow finally makes the pass for second.
Stabnow trying to fight his way to the back, getting around Anderson, who, like you said, they have history, as Brightsman closing in as well. We got a word from series officials. There was an error while creating the race room tonight. Unlimited fast repairs for our drivers, so that just means no one's going to be in trouble of DNFing a race because of an incident, because of an error while creating the race room. Unlimited fast repairs have been made available to our drivers here tonight. So,
I mean, if I'm the race officials here tonight in this one, I would probably never have admitted I made a mistake. I would have just said Merry Christmas and ran with it. But either way, if you want to call it a mistake, an accident, whatever, it is a Christmas present for all of these playoff drivers right now that may get tangled up in something here for short track racing. This is the best gift they could get right now before the actual Christmas break for 2 weeks.
And you mentioned right there, short track racing. This is a track that's very, very controversial in that aspect, if you will. Some drivers consider this a short track. Some drivers don't. Some officials consider it a short track. Some don't. It's user discretion of whether or not you consider this a short track. Myself, personally, I do consider this a short track. A Stabnow with a move to the inside of Tidrick for the race lead on lap number 13 here. I do consider this a short track here in Loudon, New Hampshire tonight. Charles, do you consider this a short track?
I definitely consider it a short track. I consider tracks, there's 4 types of tracks that I have out there. I have the super speedways, which is anything to me 2 miles and above. You have what I call the cookie cutter tracks, your 1.5 miles that NASCAR runs on. You have your short tracks that I consider 1/2 mile to 1 mile, and somewhere up to 1.5 miles. And then you've got the little bitty tracks like Myrtle Beach. Those are bull rings to me. So I have 4 classification of tracks. I don't know how everyone else classifies them. This is a short track to me. Somewhere like Bristol and smaller, I consider those like just little bull ring tracks.
I'm with you on that one, but I consider the cookie cutters intermediate tracks. Even Michigan and Auto Club, the 2 mile ovals, I consider them into the intermediate, the cookie cutter tracks. As our leaders are in traffic, a lot of drivers have already had to pit for damage repair and to use that fast repair here in this one. A lot of drivers running into issues early with the wall. We expected to see that with how some of these guys were running this race, as now Tidrick with a run to the inside of Stabnow trying to get the lead back. Sean Brightsman already up to 3rd now as he has gotten around Caden Anderson in that number 37.
Yeah,
he a run on the outside there.
BJ Tidrick is he's got that truck running really good. Again, these are open setups, so we don't know what their setup is, but I can tell you right now, Greg, that his setup is definitely not a potato. It is fast.
I see what you did there. BJ Tidrick in the number 72. He has put a lot of time into this setup tonight. And him and Dan Lowther worked together on that one, as Brightsman coming up on the inside. Making a run. Oh, no. Brightsman has to check up. And Anderson and West pile in. The good news is unlimited fast repairs. And no caution still.
I'm beginning to wonder here, Greg.
I'm beginning to wonder if there was another error made in making the room. I'm beginning to wonder if they turned cautions off by accident. Yeah.
I'm beginning to think so.
In that case, you would have to have an admin throw the caution in order to do it. You could have cautions.
And then, let's be honest, Greg. as we watch the crumpled up truck here of the 37 of Anderson, if you forgot to turn cautions on, or as I like to recall, you forgot to pay the flagman to do his job, you know, when do you throw a caution? What's worthy of a caution? Then it becomes judgment at that point, and those can get really tricky, especially here in playoffs. You know, if somebody wrecks and they don't get a caution, somebody else wrecks and they do, that is the reason there's automatic cautions, that the stewards of iRacing have their automated system that do it, because when you get into those, you know, personal decision calling, they can get really controversial.
Absolutely. We've seen that a time or two with cautions being admin only on other races here on LSR TV, and it has been the point of discussion several times here on LSR TV of, was that a caution? Was that not a caution? Not sure what the call or they're going to be able to do here. Normally what you would do in this situation is you would have an admin in the tower. Unfortunately, all the series admins are not, they are in this race right now, and from what I'm gathering right now, it looks like they are discussing within themselves right now what they are going to be able to do with this race, as they are still rolling right now. But there is a very hefty discussion going on in the race server right now between drivers. The official chat right now between drivers, very active right this moment, of drivers trying to figure out what exactly their move is going to be here. 21 laps in, make it 22.
Yeah, I mean,
this one,
it's a really tough decision to make, and I'm glad we don't have to make it, because you really have a couple of options. One, you can just run as is. Everybody's under the same blanket. You know, nobody's going to get a caution, and if you have bad luck, you have bad luck. The other alternative to that, you know, is to red flag the race, bring them all down pit road, see where they're at, and, you know, start up a new lobby, put everyone in the right position and give them the green flag. And probably the least favorite option would be to just postpone the race. Say, look, we messed up. It's already going on 11:30 Central Time, so it'd be, 9:30 y'all's time after practice and all, and postpone it till after the holidays when we come back and just delay everything a week. Probably don't want to do that either. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of discussion going on as to what they want to do here.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to see a red flag here any moment to try to figure out this situation as we continue to click laps away. Working lap number 24. I'm wondering if they're trying to get to lap 25 and make it to where it's an even 150 to go. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing, as Jeff Stabnow is pulling down on the backstretch. He's going to come to a stop in the number 24.
Oh my goodness, guys, what have I missed? What is going on here?
Oh, Wesley, you have missed quite the show. Our drivers are coming down pit road. There was an error while setting up the race. Yeah, our leaders are coming down pit road. Everybody's coming to pit road. We are going to have, Wesley, we have quite a lot to talk about here in this one.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, Cody.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I've got the announcers here muted, obviously coming in from the whatever tower I'm in here. I'm back in my normal tower. We'll let them come back here in a minute. We're going to kill some time. We are red flagging this race. And then, of course, you heard a little bit of Jeff there as he pull this down into his radio communications. We are going to red flag this. We'll banter for a minute, talk to a couple of drivers, and we'll jump back over there. So give us just a moment. Good time to thank the sponsors, and we'll be right back.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
we're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we have an update on tonight's event that has now been announced that it will be postponed. My colleague, Greg Rentz, will give us all the details. Greg.
So the officials have been discussing it. The same problem happened while making this room. The exact same situation arose here in this one. The officials determined with the amount of time it would take to rectify the situation with everything with the new update. Remember, this is the first time the series has raced since the new update. And with the new stuff that's been going on with this new update, there have been some glitches. They have rolled out a couple of patches to try to fix it. However, it still has not been rectified. So the officials have made the decision to postpone tonight's race. They will hold it in this position that the field was in on lap number 25 of the race, and the race will go on at a later date. So from the officials, everyone's admission will be valid for the next race. That's from the tower.
Hold on to your rain check, okay? Hold on to your rain check.
Exactly. Hold on to your raincoat. And so again, we apologize here for what has transpired here tonight. We're still working out bugs with the new build for iRacing. And Wesley, I don't know what all you've been able to catch on with this build, but this was the biggest build in iRacing history, and still working out the kinks. And unfortunately, this is one of those kinks that has yet to be worked out. So the officials have made the decision to postpone tonight's race. We will pick it up again. We will announce when the race will be picked up on LSR TV. We will announce it on our Facebook at livesimracing.tv.com. We will have plenty of chances for you guys to catch all the updates on when this race will be resumed here in this one. So unfortunately, again, we apologize, but we are going to have to postpone the race as the officials have determined that with the amount of time it would take to get things right, it's just not feasible to get it in at a decent enough hour. With this still being a weeknight, everybody's still got to work tomorrow. So unfortunately, that is what's going to have to transpire here tonight. Our drivers right now, they are being told right now that is going to be the plan, as they are beginning to pull off the track now. So we will pick this race up again.
Right now.
Yeah, so basically, in layman's terms, this would be something like you would see with a weather delay. And then we're just going to turn around and take that 25 laps. They'll be considered. I can resume this for 150 laps, and we know that it's got to be before Texas. Probably they're going to revamp the schedule when we come back after the Christmas New Year break. They'll probably bring this race back. Then it will be Texas, and then it will be the championship, postponed a week now for Phoenix to decide the championship for. But anyhow, we apologize for the delay and for this issue. And again, on behalf of everybody at LSR TV and CRN Sports, we will have coverage of the Northwest Truck Series and Cup Series beginning in 2021. Now, Cup Series will be in action on Monday night, and the next event on LSR TV will be Saturday. Greg, 6 hours at Talladega. We saw Daytona back in October. It was a wild one. You do not want to miss the adrenaline race of 6 hours at Talladega. That begins at 8:45 Eastern Saturday morning on LSR TV. All right, so we're going to jump off here. For Charles Wooten, Greg Rance, I'm Wesley Outland. Again, this event postponed. We will get it back in another day. And if you do not join us for races at the 6 hours at Talladega, on all of our Northwest Truck Series family, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you in 2021. You've been tuned in to LSR TV and CRN Sports, your home for sim racing. God bless from Virtual Magic Mile.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR